Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit different. It is not going to be a fragrance review. Today I'm just going to talk you through some basic fragrance do's and don'ts. Things that you want to do or things that you should avoid when you are wearing or picking a fragrance. So if you are interested in learning more about these simple basics, so please stay tuned. So let's start with don't number one, which is going to be how you should pick a perfume for yourself. When you go into department stores and you see all of these new releases or old releases, you are looking for a fragrance for yourself particularly, and you see all of these tester cards where you are supposed to spray the perfume and smell it and say, oh yeah, that's nice, oh no, that's not mine, and then you decide to walk away or you decide to purchase this specific perfume. There is something to note that these tester cards are supposed to give you an idea about how this fragrance smells neutrally without contact with the human skin. So if you are alone or with someone, you are picking the fragrance for yourself or for that other person you are helping them, let them spray the fragrance on the card first so that you could get an overall impression about this fragrance and then spray it on yourself to see how this particular scent reacts with your skin and how it is going to develop, whether it's going to last, whether it's going to smell good as it smelled on the tester card, so that you do not end up spending your money on something that you later on become disappointed with and regret buying. So this is don't number one. Do not rely on tester cards. Spray the fragrance on yourself to see how your skin reacts to it. Alright, so don't number two, which I personally find very important. Do not buy a scent unless you test it on yourself for a couple of days at least. Get yourself a sample and then look up the notes online, because our olfactory taste is really attached to memories and to things that we encounter on everyday basis and smells that we associate with certain things. So the last thing that you want to have in your perfume is some kind of component or a note that you hate the way it smells. For example, for me, aniseed, this is a no-no. Cinnamon, I hate it in perfumes, in most of the perfumes, because it is, in my opinion, a very gourmand note that I do not find to be well represented in perfumes in general, generally speaking. So when I see that a perfume has some cinnamon, I should really test it to see if this cinnamon scent is really good. For example, a Hugo Boss bottled, it has a very nice cinnamon note. It is very toned down, not as intense and spicy, so I like this one. Oh, and not only cinnamon, licorice as well is a very specific kind of food that has this, I can't describe it, but it is a bit sweet, and if it is not well represented in the fragrance, I would definitely say that it's no-no. Aniseed, I hate this scent. I hate it. I don't like it personally in life, so that whatever perfume contains this, like Lolita Olympica, the men's or the women's, I just stray away from these because this is just nauseating for me. I hate it. So this is something that people do not really pay attention to. But yes, the way notes smell and the way you perceive them, whether you like them or not, would play a huge role in the way you perceive the perfume as well. So know your nose and know what your nose likes before you try to pick a perfume for yourself. Okay, this brings us to don't number three. And this is a bit funny because the other day one of my subscribers were all talking about how a fragrance reacts with the skin, and I mentioned this is the don't. You know that, for example, you are in the summer, but there is a new release that came out in the summer, but it is not really for summer wear. So you test it in store, you like it, and you buy it, and then you go home immediately and you wear it, although you know that this is meant to be, or the smell is more suitable for a colder weather. It is not suitable for hot weather, and you will just go off the scent. This happened to me with Versace Eros. I went to store, I sprayed it on myself on a tester card. I loved it so much, and I just immediately bought it and told my husband, oh, look, this is a fantastic perfume. And he went on, and it was summer, and he went on and sprayed it. I said, yes, spray it more. and the same day I just ended up hating it because it was too much, and this was wrong. The scent itself, my husband likes it. He thinks that it is a brilliant fragrance. Also, the same applies for fragrances that are meant to be worn in the summer and you wear them in the winter. Things that are so fresh and you think that if you wear them in the winter they are so sharp and sour and make you feel colder. And the last thing that I want to talk about, please be careful about what you eat when you are wearing a perfume or where you are going. And I'm going to tell you a story about this because I remembered it the other day. Once I gave my sister a gift, a fragrance gift. It was, do I mention it? I'm afraid that you are going to go off the fragrance. But anyway, it doesn't matter because it is an affordable fragrance. It was the Paris Hilton. It comes in a cylindrical kind of bottle that is pink and baby pink. Anyway, she told me that she hates it, and I liked the scent because it is strong and it has a bit of spices, and that was very nice. For me, I liked it. It is sweet and spicy at the same time and fruity as well. But she said she hates it and I couldn't understand that until later she mentioned that she ate some pastrami, and it is not your typical Western pastrami. It is the Syrian pastrami or the Turkish pastrami that has some kind of red spices around each slice. Very strong stuff, very strong spices. You should be a hero in order to be able to eat it. Anyway, she ate pastrami, and the other day she went to the gym because she works there, and she sprayed this peppery, spicy fragrance that is a bit sweet as well, and went to the gym. After she told me that story, I thought, yeah, of course you are going to hate this fragrance because if you respect a fragrance, you don't do that to it. Not at all, really. And this was a killer. This was just game over. And she can't wear it. And funnily enough, I went off the fragrance because I started to imagine how the pastrami with the workout with this fragrance would smell like. That is very funny. And of course, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me and that you found this video a bit fun and informative, or probably something that you know already and I just reminded you of that. Please leave me comments on what things you consider to be don'ts and do's when picking a fragrance, because I am really curious to know your opinion. And also comment and tell me whether you agree with the things that I've said, whether you had similar experiences. I'd love to hear your stories. And anyway, I'll see you again very soon. Until then, please be safe. Bye.